are made by white producers. And I don't know why we tolerate that, but it's problematic. They see us in. Hey, what up, everybody? This is your boy, Def Media React. We're going to be talking about this one video by Antonio Speaks that is called Black Representation in TV Shows. One thing to say is every time when I was a little kid, always had a weird superstition about black people in TV shows and cartoons also, except for like the always like the Final Fantasy 7 how Barrett was characterized. Although we're not as most of us is not like him, we always wanted to be someone like him. Now, this guy, I remember him. I can't remember. I think it was the Johnny Phantom uh TV show. He was kind of nerdy, but yet he was smart. I kind of wanted to be like him too, but most mostly I really wanted to be like Barrett in Final Fantasy 7. And I never really saw this TV show because I wasn't really into these type of TV shows. I was really into like Dexter's Laboratory or like Thundercats, Ed and Eddie, uh PB, the PJs. If you know about the PJs, bruh, I used to love the PJs. Lamb chops. So many TV shows I like to watch, and some of them were actually black TV shows, like what it, like the PJs and what are they? What is it called? About the black family. Not. Let me look it up. Boondocks came out when I was around 19, but I still watched it. Not the Pride Family. I didn't really like the Pride Family as much. That was my sister's favorite. Kids, yeah, the Baby Kids. I used to love the Baby Kids. But yeah, my influences, I didn't really have influences, but the influences I would say I have was like Ash from Pokemon or Barrett from Final Fantasy 7. The father in PJs where he was just an asshole, but he still had a little bit of empathy, although he didn't really show it. He was he owned the whole apartment that they was living in, and he will rent it out. Everybody hates Chris. I kind of got inspired by him, Chris Rock as a kid, basically. Although he was more of a, I shouldn't say pussy, but he will get his money stolen by the older thugs in his community. But they was cordial to him. So they had like how you say it, a symbiotic relationship. But yeah, let's get on with the video.
Black representation in TV shows. Let's talk about it. So for context,
Yep,
I was
there we
born in
go.
2001. I grew up watching a variety of cartoons, sitcoms, and whatever the big three had to offer at the time. When I was younger, I never really paid attention to these films in a deep way. I just consumed it. But whenever I did see a black character, man, it made me happy. I say this all the time, but representation matters. These little instances of seeing people that look like you or not will affect you on a psychological level. That is why in 2026 it's so infuriating because even the thought of a black lead will have everybody mad. Today we're gonna be looking back on some of my favorite childhood shows and just point out how, you know, black people are depicted in these shows. The reason I'm even doing this video is because on TikTok lately there has been a trend of people doing videos mocking the stereotypical black character.
Case girl, what's wrong? You look like somebody just ate the last rib at the cookout.
Cookout? What does that mean?
Oh girl, just be grateful you ain't got 12 little brothers and sisters, cause woo, being stuck in the cycle of poverty is a trip. It's trifling.
Well, Sarah has been bullying me.
Oh girl, what? Let me just nip this in the bud right quick, cause ain't nobody gonna be bullying my beautiful, light-skinned main character best friend. Okay, girl.
All I think about now is the stupid chemistry test. I mean, I can't eat. You can't eat? Girl, it's worse than I thought. By the way, Case, I think we should study together this weekend. Thanks, Reginiqua. You're the best. Perfect. You can do the work and I'll hang out with your fine brother, Jake.
Now, I want to go ahead and make this disclaimer now. If you are one of those people that use the "it's not that deep, bro," go ahead and click off my video. All right, bro, we woke over here.
I mean, it is and it isn't at the same time. Yeah, we do. People do that, the whole mocking thing, just to get views and whatnot. But when it's innocent, yeah. But when it's when it's just innocent playing, yeah. But if it's trying to put make people when it's trying to make people uncomfortable or uh trying to mock the last generation of people when it comes to discrimination and whatnot, then yeah, it can be offensive.
The real woke. No more talking, man. Let's get into it.
I just wanted to show you the USCCA's free concealed carry reciprocity and gun laws map.
Why
As a
does my
defense attorney
shit
and
sound
former
like that?
I highly recommend the act of rewatching media. Nostalgia plays a huge role in why we
Hold up. Why does my shit sound like that? Do I have something doubling in the... No, I don't.
love things, and this can skew the validity of whether it was good or not. It makes sense because when you were younger, you were happier. So a lot of times people associate these happy times with whatever they were consuming at this time, TV shows, cartoons, and it's just considered automatically good. Now, it's also great to rewatch media because you can get a different perspective. The way you digest a show at 8 years old versus your adulthood will contrast. When I was younger, I loved the show Everybody Hates Chris. But whenever I saw Julius, like, he irked me. I was like, bro, why are you being this cheap?
That's $2.89 worth of food.
Fast forward to 2026, I'm a father of my own, living in this economy. I understand you, big bro. Now let's...
Yeah, because you have to worry about your livelihood. You have to worry about not having the money up to paying bills. You gotta worry about having enough money to feed your family and whatnot. So yeah, at first when we was kids, we didn't understand that because we never had to deal with that when we was little kids. But now, since we're grown up and whatnot, we actually understand why Curtis was being a cheapskate.
Let's talk about some tropes. We're gonna start off with the best black friend trope. This is also referred to as the token black friend, and in my opinion, I call it the here nigga damn type of character. This individual is only added into the show to say that there is diversity. They are usually one of the few black characters on the show, but they have no type of agency, they lack depth, and rarely has a plot centered around them. An example of this that I remember growing up is Tucker from Danny Phantom. Absolutely love this show growing up. I think it gotta be in my top. It's in my top 10 cartoons of all time. Just looking back, I never noticed this trope. I was really just happy to see a black character. But as I was rewatching it, you can most definitely see how he fits it. You see, Tucker is one of Danny's best friends. He's real tech savvy, great with hacking. He does all the back end work for Danny Phantom, you know, like setting up gadgets, things of that nature. And it's always helping Danny achieve his goals. What I dislike the most though is that Tucker is 9 times out of 10 the butt of the joke.
Hey there.
He is.
No.
I didn't ask you yet.
He couldn't get any women at all. And that's a shame because we, as a community, we are the prominent ones of making up the word game, basically. Game is when you have a way of speaking to women. And for him to be that trope in this TV show is showing us to the community that us black people, we never had game at all, which we are the main people that are able to pick up women easily.
And not to be that guy, but they got this man around here chasing white women the entire show. Now, as far as plots goes, they do give him a few. There's an episode where he gets possessed and turns evil, and then another one when he's like jealous of Danny Phantom's powers. They fall flat to me because they don't really lead anywhere. It's like after that show, it's like, okay, just back to normal. As far as his art goes, I think it could have went a little better. By the end of the show, he basically realizes that he's the sidekick. Like, he just stand in his place, and Danny Phantom, the white man, is his show. Maybe I'm tripping, okay? If you watch the show, let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, this example, you don't even gotta debate it. Tebow from iCarly, he fits this trope perfectly. He isn't specifically anyone's best friend. He's more of like friends with everybody in the group. The main cast of iCarly has no black people, okay? And Tebow is just one of the 2 recurrent black characters on the entire show. It's him and then Principal Franklin. Despite being in 25 of the 97 episodes, there is no depth to Tebow at all. All we know about him is that his real name is Terrence. He's the manager or owner of the Groovy Smoothie.
Oh, Sister was one of my sister's favorite, and kind of mine also. The what is it called? With the principal and there was one TV show with Monica, Monica, Monique, and the woman that was her sister. I used to like that one. Who sang that one song in the that was in the rain? Brandy, she had a TV show that I kind of liked too. But yeah, in Living Color, even though I wasn't able to look at it as much because my parents would, my foster family would not tolerate that. I would sneak to watch that shit.
Like, we never get a definite answer. And I want to say he's Jamaican. I think they hinted at it, but didn't necessarily say it. But just because he's a black man with dreads don't mean he's Jamaican. So I don't, we still don't know that. But in short, we know so little about him because he is strictly used for comedic relief. He's loud, funny, over-exaggerated, and he got this gimmick of like putting different foods on a stick. Nigga, how the hell you do that? He's a very loved character. So it's just disappointing that we couldn't get more from him. You know, maybe learn a little bit about his backstory, how he got into the smoothie business, etc. Right? They did my boy dirty, man, and this is a common theme that you will see in Dan Schneider films.
Dan Snyder, when it came to Nickelodeon, seemed like he really didn't like us black people. The way he characterized the black people in the cartoons and the storyline and where everybody was placed seemed like he didn't like us too much.
The next trope we have is the sassy black woman. In my opinion, this is the most common trope, and we see it all the
Hmm.
time.
The Willie T. Ribs racer cheerleaders are about perfection. Hard work, sweat, tears.
This is where black women is written as loud, having a lot of attitude,
Yeah.
overprotective of their main white lead, and in the name, sassy. They also love doing that hand on the hip, finger wag, neck roll thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A great example of this trope that I remember is Ivy from Good Luck Charlie. You could also debate that she fits the best black friend trope as well. Now in the show, it's starring Teddy, and Teddy has a best friend named Ivy. She's extremely loyal, always gives great advice, and will do pretty much anything to ensure that Teddy achieves her goals. Once again, she is one of the few black characters on the cast, so you see the common theme here. And let me know if I'm tripping. If y'all ever watched the show, has there ever been a time where Teddy is at Ivy house, around her family? I don't think so. I may be going deep here, but like, did they do that on purpose? In my opinion, it perpetrates like the stereotype that black people, they don't come from stable homes, it's toxic, there's no father in the house, and that's not the case for all of us. Who's to say that a white kid from Nebraska watching this show is basically thinking what I just said of why they not at Ivy house? Like, it would have been cool to have a few scenes where they in Ivy's bedroom. She's always just coming to Teddy house. Despite all this, man, Ivy was a very loved character. Like, if you go online, TikTok, YouTube, people have multiple compilations of them just being together, and a lot of people say that they are the best friend duo on Disney Channel ever. I just feel like with her being one of the few black characters on the cast, black women at that, they could have drawn her a little better, made her less stereotypical. I'm so tired of seeing the same archetype of woman, bro. Like, can we get like a girly girl, a goth black girl? Like, mix it up, bro. We want something different. Another example I remember very early on is Lashana from Total Drama.
And the thing about that with the goth women, there has been a big twist when it comes to black women and goth being goth. Maybe it's because of the family or being a bit emotional and whatnot. We never really seen black us, our community, women being goth like, but uh they want it to be like the Little Kims or the Foxy Browns. But now you get a surge of goth black women. And I mean, there's actually one that works at my job. She's goth. She works as a bar. She works as a server basically. She brings out the drinks and whatnot and gets tips. But you will see her wearing all black with the stockings and the boots, the big black boots and whatnot. Very goth like. Uh, she do look good, and I'm not really into our black women. I mean, I had a thing for black women when I was younger, but my main thing is Asian and Indian. Because my whole thing was Asian culture. That's why. I love the Asian culture so much that that I want an Asian woman, basically. Uh, and I wanted to put myself into the Asian culture as a mixed black man. And there have been a surge of us mixed people and black people just slightly going towards the Asian community. We've been marrying Asian women. We've been learning so much about the Asian community. Probably because of anime, probably because of how Bruce Lee and martial arts was really seeped into our genes and whatnot. But yeah,
Drama Island. Man, I was rewatching back this show and I was like, how did my parents let me watch this? It's so many inside like dirty jokes, bruh. Even on the surface, it's funny as hell. Now, Lashana is one of the only black characters on the cast, and I ain't gonna lie, man, Lashana always been a baddie to me. But off the rip on the show, man, she comes out with her sassiness.
You're jumping. Make me.
She's loud, very outspoken, and take no type of shit from nobody. Now, aside from the sassiness, she doesn't really fit everything associated with this trope. For example, most black women that fit this are never seen as vulnerable. They're always just strong. Lashana does have moments when she's being soft. You know, she's expressing that she maybe have been wrong in a situation, shouldn't have came off this way. So you see that in the show. They even give her a love interest. And what you'll notice with this trope is that most of the time they try to make the character less desirable to a societal standard. So they'll make them darker, you know, heavier. And when they do this, the characters never have a love interest. So it was different here. But I don't know how Dr. Umar, you know, gonna feel about this interracial couple right here.
Basically.
Now, a character that fits all the boxes and isn't up for debate that fits this trope is Andre's grandmother from Victorious. This is another Dan Schneider show. And like I said, you will see the pattern when he writes black characters. She's loud, aggressive, and her role is very similar to Tebow. Like, you know, pop in, say something funny, and get up out of here. I know it's just jokes and all, but as one of the only black women on the cast, this is how y'all portray her. And just even bringing back up Lashana, you could kind of see how stuff balances out with her. But with Andre's grandmother, it's just straight up character. Now, this trope even represents little girls, you know, little black girls in shows. A recent example of this is Erica Sinclair. She's sassy, real snappy with those replies, no type of fear at all, and will stand on business. The thing that balances her out, though, is that, you know, she is a nerd and she is very smart. They let you know that in the show. But I never see that vulnerability with her. She's never like soft. They don't give her enough screen time to even show that. And just to give Stranger Things a little bit of grace, it could even be her just being bratty, you know, because she mainly like standing up to adults telling you, I ain't no little kid, like I can, that's kind of the vibe I get. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And lastly, this trope doesn't just stand for black women, it stands for animals voiced by black women.
You better stop poisoning my baby's head. Just what do you think you're doing?
You got rid of the only man standing between us and a sesame seed bun so we can celebrate the day you came into the world.
Hey man, this trope can go in very deep and I highly suggest y'all check out this video right here. This brother broke it down perfectly and it's a solid video, man. Now let's talk about solutions because there are many. For one, hire more black people on your cast. That'll nip all of this in the butt. I don't feel like these writers do this on purpose. I think they just see examples because it shows so much, so they just end up thinking that it's true. I say this all the time, man, but most white folks don't really have interactions with us. The way they perceive us is the way they see us on TV, social media, etc. So they model it after these things. And let's say you do want to have in a sassy black woman character or a black best.
And you would see that in most films that were produced and with a white were produced by white producers or made by white producers. And I don't know why we tolerate that, but it's problematic. They see us in a superficial, very superficial way. And sometimes they're mocking us. And I don't know why we just let shit like that pass. But yeah, let's get back.
Friend trope right here. You can balance it out by adding other black characters that don't fit those tropes. You can have a sassy black woman, but also add in a gothy girl. Sprinkle in a girly girl over here. You know what I'm saying? You can mix it up. And if your character is one of the only black people, give them depth as well. Let them be able to stand on their own. Have them have a plot every now and then. You know, that's just all we asking for. But that's it for this video though, man. I hope y'all enjoy. I want to start doing more TV analysis, more movie analysis. Listen, I know a lot of y'all been asking me to do a video on who cloned Tyrone, and it's gonna depend on how this video right here do, or let me know in the comments if y'all really want to see it. But look, no more talking, man. I appreciate all the love, all the support. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out The Truth About Black Nerds.
Taxes.
And I really appreciate Antonio speaks on reacts and whatnot because they give light to us in how reality is uh reality is on in United States or other countries and whatnot. And even though even with Abba and Preach, and how shit happens with us in in other countries and whatnot. Uh black in Japan, black in China, all of it. It gives us understanding in where we position in different countries. And they're very detailed. They're very they know how to speak and speak with pride and speak with meaning. Unlike me, I'm not really too much of a speaker. So yeah, if you like stuff like this, uh uh go to Antonio Speaks if you never heard of him. If you never heard of Young Don or Abba and Preacher, stuff like that, you should subscribe. And subscribe to me also, basically. But yeah, hopefully y'all like the video. Tell me what if you like more of these type of reacts. Uh tell me in the comment section. Tell me what I should react to next. And yeah, Death is out.